Now, on the other hand, Six of Crows. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Same with Crooked Kingdom. Oh my goodness. Like, absolutely fantastic. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Colleen, and this is Cmoore-Books. So I am doing a tier ranking video of well, it's mostly YA, fantasy and science fiction, but there are a few adult titles sprinkled in, and one middle grade that somehow snuck in. And there are honestly some weird things. Some books are missing in there. There's one book from a series that I have completed. We'll just get into it. Let me share. Let's just say that this tier ranking website and we are not seeing eye to eye, is all I will say. Let me. Okay. So let me share my little ranking system. So the best of the best is, can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Then we have We Tight. It's pretty good. It all right. We've met. Life is too short. And finally, Let the Ramp Begin. So let us get into it because there are quite a few books down here. Yeah. I love to read. So we have, and I have ordered these, so we'll be going through like the same author. I wanted to go through them all at once. And because I'm a little OCD. So starting with Cassandra Clare. Heaven only knows why I started here. But we have the Infernal Devices, and we're starting in time period order. So the Clockwork Angel series, the Infernal Device series, yeah. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Absolutely. Um, and I have only read Chain of Gold. Oh gosh, where am I gonna put Chain of Gold? Oh gosh, this is hard. Guys, this is harder than I thought it was gonna be. Um, I feel like I'm gonna have to put it in We Tight. Like, I really, really like it, but it doesn't have the same place as mostly because I haven't finished the series is the problem. I've only read the first one. Um, but Mortal Instruments, can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. And no, I cannot explain where City of Glass went. I don't know why it didn't upload. Um, and the graphic novels were tight. Like, they're really good, but they can't like replace the novels. Um, Holy crap. The Dark Artifice series. Can it get any better? I submit that cannot. Like, oh my goodness. I have emotional trauma from this series. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Um, if you've read them, you know. You know. You know what? I need to move myself over here for a second. Uh just so we can till we can start a new thing. Okay. Well, that escalated quickly for can it get any better? Um, so Tales from the Shadow Hunter Academy. Um, I'm gonna have to go with We Tight. We Tight. Like I really do love Simon a lot. Um, Same with Ghosts of the Shadow Market. Like it's really good, but uh, same with the Bane Chronicles. There were some stories that I really loved, and then others like they were just okay. Um, but absolutely, the Red Scroll's magic is can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. But I've been waiting to read crap, what is it? Um, The Lost Book of the White until I know that the third one is being released. Because I will not be held responsible for the anxiety that I put myself through waiting for the third one. Um, because I've been there before, which is why I've only read Chain of Gold. So I was like, I am not reading Chain of Iron until I have Chain of Thorns in my hand. Which is why I have the second two, but I still haven't read them. So then we have Shadow and Bone, and don't ask me where Siege and Storm is, because this is one of those other cases where I have no idea what happened. So this is definitely a We Tight situation. I really enjoy the series a lot. Um, this is what got me into the Grishaverse. I think it is really good. But it is not like my absolute fave. Now, on the other hand, Six of Crows. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Same with Crooked Kingdom. Oh my goodness. Like, absolutely fantastic. Um, and then the Demon in the Wood graphic novel. Um, can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Like this thing, it is absolutely beautiful. It brought that short story to life. And I listened to the audiobook while I was reading the graphic novel. Whole other level. Um, then we have The Girl of Chain and Thorns. This is by Ray Carson. I really enjoyed this series. This is one of the first fantasy series that I read when I got back into really like reading all the time after college. Um, I have to put it in We Tight. Like I really enjoy the stories. Um, Hector. Yeah. So that this is what I do when I really love a character. It's the double tap of the heart. Um, the selection. I have like a love of the series. Um, I binged all five of them in, oh gosh, how many days? Hold on. I know that the air is hiding somewhere. Yep, there's the air. Don't ask. I know it has its flaws. Um, but I have to put it in We Tight. Like this series, it's a guilty pleasure for me. But I'm gonna have to put like the you know what? It's We Tight too, like the short stories, like the happily ever short stories. Like I just love these characters. Like I read all five, not the short stories, but all five of those books in 2 days. Yeah, 2 days, guys. Um, yeah, just let that sink in. Um, so then we have Deliverance is the first book. This is by CJ Redwine. I really enjoyed this series, and I'm gonna have to put it under you know what? It is pretty good. Um, where's it tight? I'm gonna go with pretty good and let it sit there. And then we have Under the Never Sky. Um, pretty good, tight. We're gonna go with pretty good for right now. I might change my mind. And then we have Delirium. And the author's name is escaping me right now. And I can't see the series from here. Yeah. Mm, just have to go with it's all right. I have major problems with the ending. Like it started out strong and then just went yeah. Um, and Divergent. This is one of the things like I jumped on the bandwagon like late, but uh yeah. Um like we tight. Um first four, but the like extended epilogue, like it's all right. If you've read it, you know, you know. Um uh Slated, this is really fascinating. Like this is set in the UK. Apparently, like if you've done bad things, you instead of like you get this second chance and then like somehow they like just erase like your memories, but like not the ability to like function like as a human. I don't know how it works. Um, but it's pretty good. I want to continue that series, but I'm gonna need to reread this one because I have like pretty good memories. Um, The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, by Holly Black. Honestly, life is too short. Just no. No. Um, oh gosh, love this series. Um, and I'm trying to think what this series is called. One is there These Broken Stars. But yeah, can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the second one. We Tight. Like the second one is not my favorite, but the third one, absolutely deserves to go at the top. That is was an accident. But yeah, the second one is definitely like We Tight. Um, you know what? I changed my mind. I really love Flynn. It's just the girl's not my favorite, but I love Flynn enough to put it in. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that decision. Then we have the Cinder series. Or I don't know what this series is called anymore because I'm too tired. I just came off a week of pretty much like migraines every day. So if I remember what these series are called, kudos to me. Um, but oh, I love this series a lot. I'm gonna have to put it though. Mm, because Cinder is not my favorite, but I love all the other books. So I'm gonna put Cinder in We Tight. Same with Stars Above, like the short story collection. But everyone else I stand by putting in. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot, without a doubt. Well, this top tier is getting huge, but that's fine. You know what? It's totally fine. So Every Day by David Levithan. Um, oh, I have such a love for this book. Um, can it get better? I submit that it cannot. Uh, yeah, so good. So good. I loved all the books in the series. Um, like the middle one that was just from the girl's perspective whose names I can't remember right now. Not like my favorite, but Every Day the final one. Oh, there's a quote from that one that I always love to love to share um about like writing mm, of course. I don't trust my brain right now. So this is why I pin things on my phone. Uh, I told him that I was still observing and that I hadn't yet found the words as to why he wasn't writing. He's still observing. So that is what I think of when I am reading all the time. I am observing, and maybe one day I will find the words to write a book or maybe a screenplay or a short story. So 24-hour bookstore. Um, honestly, life is too short. Like it started out good, like cool premise, bookstore open 24 hours a day. And it just took a really strange turn, and I'm like, um, timekeeper. Oh my goodness, like it cannot get any better. It cannot get any better. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. So many like things like it'll make you really examine your life and oh, so good. The ocean at the end of the lane. Um, we tight. We are so tight. Um, there are a few things in this book that made me feel uncomfortable. But overall, loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. The Falconer series. This one is one I don't think I've ever heard talked about on BookTube or even TikTok, I don't think. But it should be talked about. This is by Elizabeth May. Um, girl set in like the 1800s in Scotland. She is what is called a falconer. She hunts down fae, uh, and is pretty much a badass. So, um, so good. Oh, the emotional journey you take with these characters. That last book. Um, my goodness. Yeah. Whenever I'm emotionally recovered, I will eventually want to reread this series, but it is for sure going. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. For sure, all of those. Okay, the Remnant Chronicles, y'all. Without a doubt, the Remnant Chronicles and Morgan, the prequel, plus Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves, the duology, they are all going without a doubt. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. This was one of the books that really drew me back, honestly, like as an adult, like into fantasy. Um, mm. Someone that I was friends with like introduced me to this series, and oh my goodness, I just like oh, and the audiobooks are incredible. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I will never stop singing the series praises. Let me tell you, both of them. Um, both of them. Which makes me so sad. Uh, the Adoration of Jenna Fox is also written by Mary Pearson. Um, it's just all right. Like it's interesting, but yeah, it's just all right. Just was not, it was okay. Um, uh, and then I've read a few volumes of The Shade of Vampire, and honestly, guys, like life is too short. But if you love those, that's fine. For me, like I was like reading some of those and I was like, why? Like there's so many other books I could be reading right now, and like I wasn't really even enjoying them is the problem. Um, but I would kept reading anyway. That was the true problem. Um, yeah, that was the real problem is like I really wasn't even enjoying it, but I kept reading anyway, and I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? I will still never know. The False Prince series. There are five of them out, but I've only read the first three. When it was a trilogy, and now it is a quintet. Sure, well, that's five, right? We'll go with that. Um, so good, the first three. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. If you have a chance to listen to the audiobooks for these, I highly recommend it. They are the narrator for these books is so good. He does such a fantastic job of bringing the main character to life. And also, I now have a life goal of being able to slide a coin over my fingers, like back and forth, like back and forth. Yeah, I'm nowhere near being able to do that. But hashtag life goals. Then we have the Walk on Earth a Stranger series by Ray Carson. The series is so cool. This is set during the gold rush. And the main character can sense gold and call sense gold. Um, it's really cool. Uh, I'm gonna have to put the first two and Can It Get Any Better? I Submit Then Cannot. And then the third one was really good, but like we tight. Like it just wasn't my favorite out of the three. Um, then we have the Harry Potter series. Of course, I'm putting this in. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. The series honestly, uh, this influenced me so much as a reader, as a child. Um, so yeah, and I continue to read them quite often. Well, I listen to the audiobooks quite often, and I keep buying editions of it because they're so pretty. Um, so The Young Elites, this is by Marie Lu. Um, life is too short. Like, I just did not like this at all. Um, you know what? Yeah, yeah. The main character, no, no, can't even. The Seeker. You have to put this in the we met category. I have like vague memories of this, but um something about cabins. There's like they lived in like cabins. I think there's at one point there was something in the sky. I was really confused, and that's all I really remember, but I think we've met. That's all I remember from our meeting. Um, but Assassin's Heart. I enjoyed the series. Uh, the first one we tight. You know what? Honestly, they're both pretty good. They are both pretty good. I really enjoyed these series, this series. I do own them both, and I would reread them. They are both pretty good. Um, the Red Queen series. The first one, it's pretty good. I will admit that. The last three, Let the Rant Begin. Um, I just had this rant on Saturday again with my friend. She introduced me to the series. We were both reading book two. She drops off, and I am the type of masochist that has to finish the series. And I thought it was supposed to end with book three. Nope. Suddenly it's a quartet and more storm. This is the Cliff Notes version. You could have cut like 400 pages out of that book and it would have been the same story. Okay. Yeah. The Maze Runner. Looking back, you know what? It's all right. Uh, like it's pretty good. It's all right. Like not a favorite. Like at the time, Like, I thought it was amazing, but now after all the other books that I've read, like, it's just all right. Um, The Kill Order and The Fever Code, these are like prequel books. Honestly, like, life is too short. It was a struggle to get through both of these. Um, so no, just no. The Shadow Queen, by CJ Redwine. It is pretty good. I did enjoy it. I want to continue with the companion books in the series. I just have not gotten around to it. Um, the Illuminate files, can it get any better? I submit that it cannot for all three of these. Uh, and if you can ever listen to the audio, if you have the opportunity to listen to the audiobook and read at the same time, chef's kiss. Brings the experience to a whole new level. So Burning Glass by Catherine Purdy. This is a trilogy. I can't remember the other books' names, but Let the Ramp Begin. Um, mm, so many problems. So many problems. Yeah, just so many problems. Reign of Shadows. Yeah, life's too short. It was it was just weird. Um, The Midnighters. You know what? It is pretty good series. Like I enjoyed it. It is pretty good. I own all three. I had to find them on thrift books because it's an older series. That cover is really creepy. I will not lie. Um, but they do like there are some creepy things that happen in that series. The Ugly series. You know what? Honestly, like we tight. We tight. And the same with the Imposter series. Like we tight. I still need to finish the final book in the Imposter series. Um, I'm just not ready for it, you know? Uh, A Monster Calls. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Can I get up there? Maybe not. Okay, there we are. Oh, this is just so good. Just the way that grief and is portrayed and the pictures, like the graphics, the way that they're put in the story, just beautiful. The Cruel Prince series. Mm. I'm gonna have to go with We Tight. Like it's not perfection, but like I enjoyed it so much. Like we're so tight. Um, I have to go with the same with the Hunger Games. And if I had thought, you know what, honestly, I DNF'd that. I don't know if I could count that. But if I had thought to include the Battle of Songbirds and Snakes, but I DNF'd it, that would it be in the Let the Ramp Begin section. Um, because that was terrible. The part that I did read. Um, the Three Dark Crowns, honestly, like Let the Ramp Begin. Um, like like it was okay, like it was fine. But like the numbering of these books, it bothers me so much. And the first book, like it took me like months to read read the first one. And even that was a struggle. The Glittering Court. I honestly like I don't remember what the series is called, but it is a pretty good series. I will admit that I really enjoyed this series. I'm gonna put this under pretty good. Got the Glittering Court, Midnight Jewel, and the Emerald Sea. And honestly, like you're seeing these covers like cut off, but they are stunning, stunning. Carve the Mark and The Fates Divide. We tight. Like I really, really, really enjoy this duology, by Veronica Roth. Uh, so good. Um, Guys, I have to. The entire Twilight series. Yeah, we're tight. Um the this oh gosh, what is it called? The Short Second Life of Bree something. It's all right. Like it's okay. Like it does give you good information like about the story. Um I don't even know where to put this. Twilight Life. We're gonna go with Midnight Sun. Like we tight. Like I really enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I waited, I don't know how many years was it? When did it finally come out? 2020? It's 2008. Like 12 years. Like I was so excited when it finally came out, and it was everything I'd hoped for. We'll go with the graphic novels 'cause I'm still thinking about so like they're all right. Um they're everything you would imagine they would be. So they're all right. They're basically like watching the films. They're all right. Um, uh, mm, mm. Honestly, it's all right. Like, if you have, oh gosh, honestly, like life is too short to like read this. Like, I don't know why she did a gender bent Twilight when we could have got Midnight Sun. But honestly, like, if you need a good laugh, read it because it's hilarious. Um, yeah, like, you need a really good laugh. The host. We tight. Like I really genuinely enjoyed The Host. The Siren by Kira Cash, same person that did The Selection. I really enjoyed that at the time I read it. But I'm gonna have to put that in. It's all right. Um, it's just all right. Matched. Let the Ramp Begin. So many things. So many things about those books. Let me tell you. Throne of Glass. Uh This is gonna take a hot minute to get this up in the top tier. Hold on. Um, and I have no idea what happened to uh Air of Fire or the Assassin's Blade. They're just gone. But if I knew where they were, I would have added them. They just didn't want to, I'm just adding these up here to get them closer. They are not staying here. FYI. They shall go to the rightful place momentarily, don't worry. Um, okay. Then we have Across the Universe. Um, you know what? We tight. Like, uh, I'm gonna put in pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna put that in pretty good. It was a really good science fiction series. Um, it's pretty good. Uh, it has some strange moments, but overall, I really did enjoy that. It was a pretty good series. Um, then we have oh gosh, what is this called? Wither. Wither is the first one for remember. Let the Ramp Begin. Heaven only knows why I finished this series. Yeah, no clue. Then we have the Legend series. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Um, Grave Mercy. This is the His Fair Assassin series. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. If you have not checked out the series, so cool. Assassin Nuns, like such a legit series. Set in 16th century Brittany. That's back when it was still a country. Yeah, so cool. But then we have the follow-up series, which I only read one of that too, and that is getting put in Let the Ramp Begin. One of the main characters. Yeah, yeah. we've got some issues. Then we have Blood Red Road. This is a pretty good series. It is told in a really interesting kind of speech. It's a trilogy, and I really enjoyed it. It's pretty good. Then we have Hunted by is this just Amy Kaufman? No, this was Megan Spooner. This was Megan Spooner. Um, Honestly, we pretty tight. We pretty tight. Um, then we have The Girl from Everywhere and The Ship Beyond Time. Um, this was a really interesting series. Uh, so like you can travel like to other places. Well, I think it's just the one people can travel, like her dad and her, because of some ability that they have. Like if they have a map. But honestly, like for me, it was just all right. But I did finish the duology because honestly, I had to know how it ended. Um, because I am me. Uh, but honestly, I know there are people that really liked it. But for me, it was just all right. I am number 4 series. Uh, we tight. We are tight. Same with the follow-up series, Generation 1. We are tight. Uh, we have Ash Princess. That was pretty good. Um, Same with Lady Smoke. It was pretty good. And then Ember Queen, uh it was just all right. It kind of went downhill. It went downhill, folks. Um uh Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. And folks, we are getting a companion novel set in the same world. And I'm just gonna put this out here now. Master or Blade of Secrets, which yet again, where is the picture for it? I have no idea. And Warrior of the Wild are both going up there too. Might as well just take them up to the top tier while I'm at it. Um and then we have The Shadows Between Us. Let the Ramp Begin. Yeah, I despise this book with every fiber of my being. When your love interest starts that spoiler, never mind, I'm not gonna talk about it. But if you ever want to know my feelings, just let me know. Um, then we have The Princess Bride. Uh, Honestly, like we tight. Like honestly, I'm gonna call it we tight. Like I really, really, really enjoyed this. Um, we met. I have like a vague recollection of this book. It's like this town in the middle of nowhere. I think you get like a magic wish on your birthday, some birthday at like 18 maybe. Um, yeah. Queen's Rising. Life is too short. This is a duology. Second one? Yeah, no idea. You know what? I might have gotten rid of. Some of these I think I just only included one. Who knows what my brain process was? Honestly, some of these were this system. We fought. We fought. The super villain and me. Uh this is actually pretty good. This is pretty good. I really enjoyed this one. Um, can't remember if I own this. If I do, I need to reread this to know if I need to put this, if I need to know if we're like tight or not. Um, the so this book represents every Liz Braswell retelling that I've ever read. Which includes the Aladdin one, the Beauty and the Beast one, and this one. And I started reading the Little Mermaid one. Let the Ramp Begin. Uh life is too short to read Liz Braswell books because her writing makes me want to cry. Um, I know that sounds harsh, but this one in particular that's on there, it was so long. Yeah, it was so long. But the Mulan one was by Elizabeth Lim. We tight. Like that one was so cool. Onyx and Ivory. I can't remember what the second one's called, but this series was pretty good. Like I really enjoyed it. And the audiobook narrator, Christine Vam, I really like her. She's really good. She also narrated Assassin's Heart, and she also narrates Sky in the Deep and some other ones that I've listened to. Um, Bear the Nightingale. Only read the first one. Um, let the rant begin. Uh, yeah, we did not get along. Um, I kept speeding that thing up to make it seem like the story was going faster than it was. But it didn't really help. Because I couldn't tell what anyone was saying. Um, the Jewel trilogy. Uh, Honestly, it's all right. Like it's fine. Um, it got me through Thanksgiving, so I could get away from all the socializing sometimes. Um, the Warcross duology. You know what? It is pretty good. I really enjoyed that. It is not my favorite Marie Lu series, but it is pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of video games, so I don't think I was like the intended like true audience. But I did really enjoy it. The Beast Player and the Beast Warrior. This is such a great duology. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Um, this is gonna take a hot minute to get this up here because it's going intense. Oh gosh, it's got real. Okay, wow. Guys, I oh man. Okay. Wow, we're getting down the bottom. Thicker Than Water by Bridget Kemmerer. Uh, I really love Bridget Kemmerer as a writer, but it's all right. Like it was interesting, but it's just all right. It's not my favorite book by her. But the Curse of Dark and Lonely trilogy. Mm, mm-mm. I love that trilogy so much. Same with obviously we're going to different author, Sky in the Deep, The Girl the Sea Gave Back, Fable and Namesake. All these are, can it get any better? I submit think it cannot. Also, can we not just like enjoy how beautiful the covers for Fable and Namesake look when they are like next to each other? Whoever designed that, like gold star. Gold star. Okay. Just need to get these up like a little higher so I can, yeah, get a teeny bit easier. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Honestly, like if my shelves were not like so um full, I would love to be able to display Fable Namesake like that. But I do not have the space for that kind of stuff. But that is a dream that I have one day is to be able to do that. That dream will not happen for a very long time. Very long time. I read this for I think a readathon. It's a Sabrina the Teenage Witch comic, graphic novel. It was all right. Like, didn't blow my mind or anything, but it was all right. Uh, So Primer, this is pretty good. It was about a girl, like she's like a her dad's like in prison, and so she's like goes to a foster family. Um, and like her foster mother like works for the government, and they have like these paint. She's like developing these paints that gives you like superpowers, and like she uses them. Um, yeah. If she ever writes more in this world, I would totally read them. Um, so Dangerous Secrets. So this is like the parents' backstory of Frozen. Um, honestly, like we tight. Like I enjoyed this so much. Um, mm. The Midnight Library, like it is pretty good. It is not like an absolute fave, but it's pretty good. Uh, My Life Has Been Delayed. This was pretty good. It was an interesting take on like what if you got on a plane and suddenly like it's 25 years later when you disembark off the plane. Um, yeah, yeah, it was pretty good. Um, so this was a biography about like Star Wars, like it was like labeled as like nonfiction. Um, like it was cool, but like we met, but like I can't really remember like the stuff I'm remembering is like I think it's mostly like the films. It's like we did meet. I do remember like reading it, like where I was reading it at, but like all the knowledge that I have, I feel like it's mostly from the films. Um, Hood. So this is like such a cool uh Robin Hood retelling, but it's like from his daughter's like perspective. Like we tight. We tight. Um, and I don't think I own this. If I do, I don't know where it's at. I feel like I don't. Um, A Thousand Steps Into Night. This is by Tracy Chee. She also wrote We Are Not Free. Highly recommend We Are Not Free. Thousand Steps Tonight, it is pretty good. It is not it's a Japanese oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh Mythology retelling. It was pretty good. Like it wasn't my favorite. There were some slow parts. But it was pretty good. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars. Gallant. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. I know that's gonna be an unpopular opinion with a lot of people. Um, but this is my first V.E. Schwab, and like that's what made me fall in love with her writing and lead me to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which that should be up there at the up there. Like, just imagine that is up there. I own like 5 copies of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Like that should be up there because that's I consider that fantasy. Um, Magical realism. Honestly, that's the type of fantasy. The Fellowship of the Ring. Uh, for me, it's a let the ramp begin situation. I'm so sorry, guys. Uh, it's my books. You can blame my high school English teacher. Forced it upon me, but I really like The Hobbit, and I don't know where The Hobbit went. Like, if I could, The Hobbit would be under pretty good. That's where it would be good. It'd be under pretty good. Like, I enjoyed that. Like, we're not tight, but it was pretty good. And then the rest of the series, like, I have thoughts. Vespertine, like, I really enjoyed that. By Margaret Rogerson. We're going under We Tight. Um, and then The Mysteries of Thor Manor and Sorcery of Thorns. I tried so hard to get a picture of Sorcery of Thorns on here, but Mysteries of Thor Manor is gonna have to do it for the team. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Where in the world did there it is. It's going there for the team. And then finally, The Marvels by crap, who is this? Oh, Selznick. Brian Selznick. This is middle grade, but it could be young adult. Um, Honestly, like We Tight. It's beautiful. It's part graphic novel, part uh like regular novel. And he's done this with two other books, Wonderstruck and the Invention of Hugo Cabret. Yeah. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. Like it is absolutely beautiful. So that is it, folks. That is all she wrote. So let me make my head. Oh my gosh, if I can get it to okay. Let me be a little tinier for right now. My gosh, I'm gonna move myself up here. Okay. So this is our top tier. Can it get any better? I submit that it cannot. It's got pretty much all the Shadowhunter books. The main series, except for a few. Then of course Six of Crows, Cricket Kingdom, Demon in the Woods, graphic novel. The series that I can't think of the name of, but I'm gonna keep with the Shadow World staying there. Um, that's bothering me. The last three in the Lunar Chronicles, the uh Everyday series, the Timekeeper, the Falconer trilogy, all of the books in the Remnant Chronicles universe. Perfection. Um, then we have the False Prince. Well, it's a quintet now, but I have the trilogy in here because that's all I've read. The first two Walk on Earth. Stranger trilogy. I think it's called the Gold Seer trilogy. Obviously the Harry Potter books, the Illuminae files, A Monster Calls. Obviously all of Throne of Glass. Oh my gosh. Guys, here's my post-it note. Also, Defy the Night and Defend the Dawn should be in the top tier. I could not get either of those books to load in here. And it should be up there with A Curse So Dark and Lonely trilogy. I loved those books so much. Yeah. I need book 3 right now. I thought that was a duology. It is not. My soul needs, yeah, my soul needs like right now. We do have a title of it. I can't remember what it is, but it sounded amazing. Hold on. Defend. Dawn, Defy the Night. Destroy the Day is the final book's title. Destroy the Day. So there is the final tier. You know what? We've gone through all these. Here's We Tight. You know what? I feel good about this. Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah. We've met. Life, yeah, life is definitely too short. Oh yeah, I could start to rant about all of those, but I will not do that to you. So I will stop sharing my screen and just want to thank you all for coming on this crazy ride with me. And for those that stuck with me, I appreciate it. I get very passionate about my books. As a librarian, I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of opinions. But thank you so much. And I would really appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe. Uh, I really love it when others enjoy my content, and I hope that you're enjoying it. Because that would just make me so happy. Yeah, please subscribe. Make me so happy. So also just want to say, remember who you are and where you live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.